Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I want to chat with you all about eating clean. Now, when I initially decided to stop dieting and start to focus more on nourishment, I used clean eating as my guideline. That's where the name Clean and Delicious came from. And I've had a lot of people ask me, like, what is clean eating? What does it really mean? So I just want to chat about it a little bit with you guys today. Now, let me start by saying that eating clean means different things to different people. So what I am sharing with you today is my personal view of clean eating and the view that this channel, Clean and Delicious, represents, right? So my definition is this: eating real, whole, unprocessed foods as close to their natural state as possible most of the time. Easy enough, right? So eating foods like vegetables, fruits, high quality carbohydrates like sweet potatoes and grains, good quality sources of proteins, and healthy fats like nuts and avocados. One of the most important parts of this process for me was realizing this wasn't going to be another fad diet, that it really was going to be a lifestyle shift, right? So it's step by step improving the quality of the foods that you're eating so you can be in charge of your health and your energy and not fall victim to cravings and mood swings that often come with highly processed, nutrient-void foods that also leave us feeling hungry and out of control. And this does not have to look the same for everybody. You can eat clean and be a vegan. You can be a vegetarian. You can be a weightlifter. You can be a meat eater, a yogi. You can eat 6 meals a day. You can eat 2 meals a day. There's really no hard, fast rules other than that one stream through, the tie-in, which is you're eating real, whole, unprocessed foods as close to their natural state as possible most of the time, and that you truly enjoy eating. So today I thought I would share with you 5 guidelines to help transition into eating clean. Number 1, cook as often as you can. Cooking is one of the easiest ways to start eating better because you are in charge of all your ingredients and you know exactly what you're working with. And here's the deal. That doesn't mean you have to cook every single meal that you make. You just want to try to cook more often than you don't. And technically speaking, my friends, that is only 51% of the time. Number 2, learn to read your labels. Learning to read the labels on your food is a great way to get a sense of what's going into your body. Good general rule of thumb: stick to foods that have 5 ingredients or less and that you can read, recognize, and pronounce each one of those ingredients. Number 3, we want to avoid highly processed food. Now, let's just be clear for a second. A lot of different healthy foods are slightly processed, right? So if it's not coming right from the field or right from the farm, it's gonna start to begin to be processed. So oatmeal is slightly processed, quinoa is slightly processed, frozen vegetables are slightly processed. These aren't the foods that I'm concerned about. We wanna be looking out for those super highly processed foods. So foods that go through lots of processing before they actually make it to your plate. These are the foods that are pretty much made in factories. An easy way to think about it is you want your body to do most of the processing, right? So the more a food is processed outside of your body, the less nutritious it's going to be for your body. A great indicator of highly processed foods are those ingredient lists. If they have long ingredient lists, chances are they are highly processed foods. And here's the real problem with highly processed foods, other than the fact that they are nutrient void, is that they are bombarded with sugars and fats and salts. And so that comes in and totally destroys your taste buds. It's like overload, fat, sugar, salt, wipes out your taste buds, and now we no longer appreciate the subtleties and the deliciousness of real, natural, whole foods. And I do believe that this is why healthy eating gets a bad rap, because if you're used to eating highly processed foods and your taste buds are used to being inundated with all of that, they literally cannot taste and appreciate the flavors of real whole foods, which is why it's important to baby step your way out of it and learn how to infuse lots of flavor back in your kitchen by watching lots of clean and delicious videos. Number 4, avoid artificial flavors and sweeteners. Simply put, artificial flavors and sweeteners are not real food. These are food-like products that are made in factories, and they are designed to bypass the logical part of your brain and trigger all of the pleasure points. So we find ourselves wanting more and more. It kind of leaves you feeling like you're out of control, right? Like you're just wanting it, you don't even know why. And because it's not real food, your body doesn't even know what to do with it, number 1. Number 2, there's a little psychological game that goes on, like we think we can have more of it because it doesn't count. If you are a dieter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, studies have shown that artificial sweeteners actually trigger the body to desire more sweet, right? So we're kind of biting our nose off to spite our face. And number 5, your macronutrient balance. Now, macronutrients are your protein, carbs, and fats. Now, I'm by no means suggesting that you need to start counting and tracking your macronutrients, but I do think you need to pay attention to the carbs, proteins, and fats that we're eating in the course of a day. Because what I have found for myself and for a lot of clients that I work with, highly processed carbs tend to add up way too fast. And we tend to not get enough of the healthy fats, right? And just making these little shifts with our macronutrients, making sure you're getting enough protein, making sure you're getting enough of those good heart healthy fats, making sure you're getting quality carbohydrates, these little adjustments can give you more energy and keep you full for a longer period of time. So it's definitely worth looking at. And finally, guys, I can't stress enough how important it is to actually enjoy the process of trying to eat better. How important it is to enjoy the foods that you're eating and how you're making them or where you're getting them from. Because at the end of the day, if you want something to be a lifestyle change, it has got to be sustainable. And in order for anything to be sustainable, we have to enjoy the process. If you're treating the present moment like it's an obstacle to getting to your goal, this creates a ton of stress, a ton of pressure, and when we get to the goal, if you can even get to it under that state, it's not enjoyable, it's not sustainable, and it doesn't, it's not a bed of roses like we hoped it was. Basically, we need to find that path that feels good so that when we get to the goal, it's kind of like the cherry on top of the cake, if that makes sense. So if you guys have any thoughts or questions about this, definitely come on down into the comments below and let's chat. If you know anybody else who's trying to eat better, who's trying to make changes in their diet and their lifestyle, please share this video with them so we can all do our parts of kind of helping each other live the best lives that we can. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Dani Spies, and I'll see you back here on Clean and Delicious next time. And learn how to infuse lots of flavor back in your kitchen by watching lots of Clean and Delicious videos. Let's be honest. Okay.